try their best, but I do want to be respectful for everyone's time. I am filling in for Ms. Rena Sharp, who is our COO. Goodwill has so much going on, and to do it in 15 minutes is impossible. When I'm like talking to someone for the first time, it usually takes about 45 minutes to explain everything. They're usually sold, they're like, let's start. But to do it in 15 minutes, I love the fact that we're going to try to do that. All right, so, but I'm going to be as quick as possible. I'm here today to talk about expungements, our rehabilitation training programs that we offer, but I will be remiss to not actually mention the fact that Goodwill is a second chance employer. And at Goodwill, we have our stores, and I'll be talking about that just a little bit. Don't judge me if I start clicking a little bit faster, because I have to make the judgment of what to say and what to pass, because I want to be respectful of everyone's time. But at Goodwill, we are dedicated to helping motivated job seekers find the assistance that they need. We're all about giving someone a hand up and not a hand out. And as a second chance employer, we also provide a lot of the opportunities for people to be supported. A lot of you all have mentioned a lot of them, so I'm so happy that we are partnering with everyone within the state. I am based in Louisville, but at the end of the day, as a expungement program manager, I am all throughout the state as well. I started at Goodwill as a career coach, so I know exactly what our programs are that we offer people. So if anyone has more questions about, like, hey, do you have something like this, I can talk to you after the fact if you want to do it that way. When you come into Goodwill, the first thing that you're going to be doing is going to soft skills. Soft skills is amazing. It is the gateway to helping everyone who's re-entering back into society, helping them understand, like, hey, when you're going to start working with people, we want you to focus on attitude, conflict resolution. We want you to focus on dependability, self-presentation, safety, team building. Things that might be a refresher for us is something that might be completely new and foreign for someone who's just been released and been incarcerated for a while. So we want to make sure that we're setting them up for success. One of the biggest programs and trainings that we have is RISE. RISE is amazing. It is a 2-week training boot camp. And when I say boot camp, yes, it is very intense. And the reason why is because we want them to be successful. We give them a lot of information in this 2-week period to make sure that they understand that they have a career coach, they have Goodwill family behind them, and at the end of the day, we want them to know that this is out there for you. And we partner with a lot of people who have spoken as well, letting them know, our participants know that this is out there for them. But not only that, we talk about financial literacy, we talk about digital literacy, computer skills, health, nutrition, and behavior health, and RISE. So digital skills is a really big thing. As a lot of people, I think it was Jarvis who was saying, hey, when you get out of prison, you're talking about got to fill out a paper application. Probably not doing that like you said now. So teaching someone how to use the computer, the basics of that. Like, this is a mouse. And I know it sounds simple, but for someone who's getting out who hasn't had that skills or hasn't practiced it, we have to start that basic all the way to advanced, when we have Google IT programs and scholarships that we offer people if they're interested in a career actually in IT. But we know digital skills is something important, so we have a lot of trainings and workshops around that. We have financial literacy, where we're talking about helping people with budgets and helping people understand that you have to make sure that you are able to be self-sufficient. And this is how you can be self-sufficient. We're teaching them that. Communication skills, behavior skills, and RISE as well. We have a lot of resources that I'll talk to you about in a minute that's offered all throughout the programs as well. Not only do we have RISE, we have Ignite. Ignite is our new program that we're offering. It's from 18 to 24. These are individuals that have had at least a brush up or a criminal background. Some people who refer to as justice involved. Ignite is meant to strengthen the community by helping participants become productive, contributing members of the community, gaining long-term financial sustaining employment. And when we say long-term financial sustaining, we are really focused on making sure our participants have full-time job with benefits, with insurance, things like that, so we can help them out of poverty. And it helps them find housing, and it addresses a lot of potential substance abuse and mental health. And I'll be talking about a matrix that we kind of just started this year that is super amazing. We've been doing some of the things, but we just made it into an actual program for our participants. So, really quick, just about Goodwill jobs. I'm not going to go all in detail with this, but as I said, Goodwill is a second chance employer. We have several positions that we that we recruit for. Most of them production clerk, material handler, team leader, things like that. We have truck driver jobs as well. A lot of people who are coming back into society that like to do like driving and truck driving. So we actually have warehouse positions where people do truck driving as well as like forklift training. We do that in Louisville. I know we're going to try our best to expand that outside of in Kentucky as well. But forklift training is a really big thing. A lot of manufacturing companies, you know that you can get paid more. Usually it's the highest paid position is a forklift driver. So we provide those trainings. And everything we're doing at Goodwill is free of cost. The only thing we need is your time. And that's the most amazing thing I tell people. Like, I know when you're coming out, because you're in transitional living, you probably have a lot of time. That's what I want. I want your time. Give me your time so I can help you be successful and you can be self-sufficient. And this is just a list, as you can see, of all the benefits that we give to our participants at Goodwill. You know, working at the stores, you're working at the staff. And when I say second chance, we have career coaches who are second chance. We have managers, directors who are second chance. We are someone who believes that everyone should have that opportunity. So a little bit about the expungement program. The program consists of in-person and virtual clinics. Because COVID hit, everyone said you had to readjust. So we went to virtual clinics, which is across the state. How amazing is that? We have a goal of 1,500 expungements. It's a lofty goal, so I need everyone's help in here, okay? Miss Ashley, December.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and Miss Ashley, I also want to say kudos to you. I seen you present at the Second Chance Conference at Goodwill, and you was amazing. It was a tearjerker for me, and I was trying to keep my composure, but I was like, your testimony was amazing, so thank you so much. We're also partnering with a lot of people, Legal Aid Society, Legal Aid of Bluegrass, Apple Red Legal Aid, Kentucky Legal Aid, DOC, DPA, and a lot of private attorneys when we're doing these expungements. So we wanted to make sure that participants know that this is also free to them. The cost to get the record expunged, you can expunge up to 1 felony, multiple misdemeanors, that is all free. The filing is free, the certification process is all free. They just have to go through Goodwill. And how does the expungement tie into Goodwill's mission? Is because, like I said, we are making sure we're giving someone a better opportunity. Expungement is going to mean that you're going to have higher education, better employment, fair housing. You have the ease of mind of just knowing that that record is expunged. When you're doing a background check, you'll have a clean record. So that is something that we know can help people, obviously. And who wants to have something on their background when they're past that? You know, let's just go ahead and get that erased. That's not me anymore. That's something that I did in the past that I'm no longer doing that now. So give me an opportunity. And a lot of people are ready when they get out to start working. They just need that opportunity. And that's what Goodwill is trying to provide as well. So what is an expungement? Some people know already, but expungement is a court order process by which a participant's legal records related to certain charges are sealed and erased. And in Kentucky, electronic records are deleted. So it is legitimately gone from their record. So a lot of people don't really realize that, that employer, in a sense, wouldn't see it. Some of the things that are eligible: misdemeanor violations, traffic infractions, convictions, dismissed charges. Certain Class D felonies are eligible. Dismissed felony charges are eligible. Felony charges sent to the grand jury that has not been resulted in indictment and acquittals. You also see some of those things like, hey, it's dismissed or acquitted, like why would that be up there? Some people don't realize that if you have been charged, most likely it's still going to show up on your criminal background whether you've been convicted or not. So you need to get it expunged. Some of the upcoming clinics that I'm excited about, we still have virtual clinics going on. We have one coming up July 15th and usually September and November. And then we have in-person clinics that I'm super excited about because we get to travel around the state to do that. We got Denville, Lexington, London, Kentucky, Covington. We have some coming up in Hoptown, Somerset, Bowling Green, Harlan. And we're traveling. we want to make sure that our community knows that we're out there for them and we're trying to help them as well. Year to date, Goodwill has served over 635 people when it comes down to expungements, and we are well past that number now. We're getting expungements certifications in every day, showing that our program is successful. How to contact us? Dennis Ritchie is the program manager, program director, for our reentry services. That's his information, and then report myself as my number and my contact information for that. See people right. So the last couple things I want to say is also in HR. I want you to understand that Goodwill is a change agent. We do have HR policies around drugs and alcohol. So if we have a person who's struggling with those addictions, they can actually come to us and we can help them get to a point where they can be in an outpatient or inpatient services and they can still come back to Goodwill. We have mental health barriers. We have car assistance programs, housing programs, legal aid comes. We have a lot of trainings, like I said, around resume, mock interviews, digital skills. We have career assessments to see, like, hey, you're out, you don't know what you want to do, let's do a career assessment. What are you interested in, to actually base it on what they're scoring and what their interest is. We have Advancing Cities, where financial coaches will be working with them one-on-one to develop a budget. We do a lot of entrepreneurship in there too, where someone's helping them develop business plans. We have the homeless populations. We have programs that we just started that our homeless population, we're giving them jobs where we'll pick them up from wherever they're at, and we can give them like gift cards, like $50 gift cards or so for working for the day, and we feed them. So we're expanding. We have a lot going on, and I just want to thank you all so much for giving me the time and opportunity to talk to you.